have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to meet.
Hello and welcome to a new DC Weekly vlog. This is actually my moving vlog, which is incredibly sad. I am here at the Tidal Basin. The Jefferson Monument is behind me. I'm checking in on the cherry blossoms. It's not peak bloom yet. I think that's gonna happen later this week, so it'll be a part of this video, but pink is starting to pop up. Let me show you. They are not completely out yet, but they are starting to pop up. Look at those little blossoms. They are on their way. I have never stood at this point of the Tidal Basin before, like in between the Martin Luther King Jr. Monument and the Washington Monument. Never, because I've just never walked around this far before. And I think Ember and I are gonna go all the way around today. I mean, why not? We're already like halfway at this point. My car is like somewhere over there, so I think we're gonna keep going all the way around, and it'll be a nice little thing to check off my like DC bucket list. So right there is the Eisenhower building, which means that the White House is right next to it. Of course, there's the Washington Monument, extremely easy to see. You can see the top of the African American History Museum right there. And then right down there is where I live. So everything is just so closely connected. And I love having this perspective of the city.
Because you don't know who you're going to meet.
We did it! We walked all the way around. We are back on the Washington Monument side. We're about to pass the paddle boats. And we did it! That was seriously so fun. I don't know why I didn't walk around the Tidal Basin every day of like 2020. Why do I go to the National Mall so much? This is way cooler than the National Mall. This is seriously a great date idea. It's a great free thing to do with your girlfriends. It's honestly a blast. Highly recommend. And the weather wasn't even that great today, and it was still magical. I hope you guys liked that little tour around the Tidal Basin. Now I'm home, and someone's gonna come in an hour and buy my area rug in my living room. It's about to start looking like a place that is currently in the process of being moved, which it is, but I've been able to hide it for a while. Here we go. Okay, here's my living room without my area rug. It actually doesn't look as different and as empty as I thought it was going to. Thankfully, I'm not getting rid of my coffee table, so there's not gonna be like a gaping hole. I just filmed a Q&A video. Followers on Instagram submitted questions about what it's like to live in Washington, DC. So I just filmed all of my answers for a YouTube video. So that is gonna be coming soon. And now I am off to meet a friend. We're gonna eat at Rasa, which is an amazing, lightweight Indian food. It's Indian food, but it's not super heavy. It's kind of like Chipotle where you build a bowl. It's really, really fun. And I've never been to this location before. So I'm gonna take you along, show you what it's like. Today is my last normal Saturday in this apartment in DC, so I am doing my ultimate perfect ideal Saturday morning this morning. Last night I cleaned up my apartment, made it look perfect. I love doing that on a Friday night so that I wake up in the most peaceful environment on Saturday. Then I make coffee. I tried this new fudge chocolate and espresso pod, which I'm really excited about. It smells like chocolate from even really far away. And now I'm gonna watch a British show. That is like my ideal Saturday morning. A delicious coffee in a clean space, watching a British show, whether it's like a period drama or I love a couple like documentary type television shows on like Amazon Prime or whatever about London. That's like, it's like an escape. It feels like I'm in my happy place. And then after I watch that show, I bring it onto my iPad in my bathroom and I take forever to get ready. That is my ideal Saturday. That's like my way of ultimate rest. When people are like, how do you rest? That is me in my perfect state of rest. So that's what I'm doing this morning. I'm gonna watch Mr. Selfridge, which is a period drama about the man who started Selfridges in London, a really famous department store, set a lot of trends, was like the first department store to have a beauty counter in the front on the first floor. Just really fun and great characters. So I'm gonna watch that today while I drink coffee and enjoy my last normal Saturday here in this apartment and as a DC resident. Amber and I are off to take some photos. I'll let you know how it goes. Those columns are where I wanted to take photos, and there are clearly a ton of people. Now I'm just trying to come up with a plan B, like what do I do for the next like 3 hours of sunlight on my last Saturday here in DC? Because these photos with these columns were it was like my only thing on my to-do list today, other than relax in the morning. The columns are so cool too. I think I read somewhere that they were used in an old version of the Capitol building. They're called like the Capitol columns or whatever. I would just feel so dumb because of course they would be an attraction, but no one really talks about them in DC that much. Sometimes they're in Instagram photos, but when they are, there's no one else around, and they must, you know, really strategize that far better than I did. So feeling kind of like an amateur right now, which I'm not. A tripod, I brought a camera. I'm wearing a ridiculously like sophisticated outfit right now. It doesn't even look enjoyable to go up there and just sit and look at them. Like, it's not even about the photos. It's like, it's crowded with people. I don't want to go up there. It's not going to be relaxing. It's not going to be I even brought my journal if I wanted to like look at them while I journaled, and it's not even going to be like relaxing. First, I just have to get out of here because those columns are in the National Arboretum and I don't know how to get out of here. It is nice though. I didn't know if you could drive through the Arboretum, and you can. So it's nice to like take a car or a lift or whatever and get to the place that you want to go. That is really nice. So highly recommend coming to the National Arboretum, especially when things aren't dead. Like in fall, it would be really pretty. If it snows, it would be really pretty here. So definitely recommend the National Arboretum. Obviously, I'm back home. I called Tom when I got home because I was just like really disappointed. Just felt really lonely too, and was just kind of like, okay, this weekend is really not going according to plan. There's nothing climactic about this final weekend. And he just really reassured me. He was like, this does not have to end with some big bang. Like, your favorite moments in DC were moments where they were everyday and they were normal and they were ordinary, and maybe that's just how you should live out like the rest of your time here, even if that means you don't leave your neighborhood and you just, you know, you take it easy. And I think that's right. I'm having a mind shift today, and I wish I did it earlier, but everything's hindsight. Like, I just need to enjoy the present moment. I need to go on Capitol, you know, National Mall walks, even though it's just a few blocks away. I don't need to venture out. I can just order in food or go to some of the restaurants in my neighborhood. Like, I just don't need to get it all done. And I think trying to like maximize my time left in DC was energy draining. It was like setting myself up to fail, and then it wasn't letting me just chill and enjoy and be present. I was present, but like in a different way, like in a forced way. And so yeah, I just have a different perspective change now. And the weather is not cute the rest of the weekend. So it's Saturday now. It's starting to rain, or it's gonna rain soon, and then all day Sunday it's gonna rain. So I think my new focus is just packing everything in my apartment, packing up my apartment. And then when my parents are here mid next week, we can do fun things together. And yeah, hopefully it's not as stressful then. So I ordered in Taki Underground, which is a ramen restaurant, like in comfort clothes, and I have my comfort ramen food. Okay, this ramen, so good. I got the chicken curry ramen, and I highly recommend. I'm making a mess getting it everywhere. But now I am watching Outlander season 1, episode 1, because I finished watching through season 5, which is what's on streaming. Tom showed me a podcast that has an episode for every episode of the show, and so now I'm watching episode 1, season 1, and then I'm gonna listen to the podcast while I pack. So it's all strategy. As you can see, it's a very rainy day here in DC today. My main focus for most of the day is going to be packing and just working on stuff inside. But before I do that, I'm going to my friend Chaslyn's house. We're having a little brunch, so I'm going to stop into the store really quick and get things for mimosas, and then we're going to have a little girls brunch at Chaslyn's house. So at least it's not all work, it will be some social time and girl time as well. Hello, happy Monday. It is a beautiful Monday here in Washington, D.C. My plan was to take my journal and journal some at the Lincoln Memorial, but I didn't want to waste some of the beautiful golden hour walking, and so I was like, I'll just drive, park there, it'll be super quick and easy, then I can spend the beautiful sunset actually at the memorial. But I forgot two things. One, it is cherry blossom peak week, which means even people from out of DC are here enjoying the cherry blossoms at their best and brightest. And two, it's a beautiful day outside, which means Washingtonians are gonna come out of the woodwork to enjoy the beautiful weather while we can. So there are no parking spots near the Lincoln Memorial. And then I was starting to get upset, like, am I gonna get stuck with my car? Am I even gonna be able to walk around? Like, cause there are so many beautiful cherry blossoms I wanna walk under. There's like, the sunset is immaculate right now. So I was like, great, I'm gonna be stuck driving around in my car. Thankfully, I found a place to park on the National Mall. I'm walking towards the Lincoln Memorial, like I can see it. It's not that far away. It's just gonna probably take up most of the sunset walking there. We'll see how far I get. I might stop under a blossom tree and just journal and look at the Lincoln Memorial from afar. I'm literally looking at it right now though, I'll show you. Maybe it's kind of nice that it worked out this way because I got to see the sun setting on the beautiful mall and all of its buildings, not just the Lincoln Memorial, which I'm pretty close to now. I don't think I'll walk all the way over there because, as you'll see, I'm coming up to the World War II Memorial. By the time I get to the Lincoln, the sun will be down and then I'm going to walk back in the dark. So I don't know, I think I'm just going to enjoy the walk and worry about sitting on the steps maybe tomorrow. I think I'm going to take like 2 hours off work tomorrow so that I can spend like 3:30 to 7:30 out and about instead of leaving at like 6:30. I think that's going to be really, really nice. Behind me is the Smithsonian Museum of American History, and this one is probably my favorite because there's a whole room full of the First Lady's inauguration ball gowns in there. And I kid you not, I used to go into that dark room with all of the ball gowns lit up anytime I was having a bad day. It was like my little pick-me-up to myself. Smithsonians are all free, so it was like a free activity to do. And just being in that room of dresses that belonged to strong, incredible women, and of course the fashion was beautiful, and there's like history to all of the fashion too, so that made it really cool. It just lifted my spirits, and I haven't been there in like maybe 2 years, maybe, because I was in London, and then of course the pandemic happened, and the Smithsonian's have not been open since. And I would love nothing more right now than to be able to, during this time of transition, sit in that dark room, look at those beautiful gowns, and soak it in. They're in there, and I want to be in so bad. It is Tuesday. I am back on the National Mall. I have Ember here with me this time, and I started work early so that I could get out of it a little earlier. Probably gonna end up working again tonight, but I just wanted to enjoy this beautiful weather during the day with some more daylight hours, because it's supposed to rain the next 2 days, so, and I really only have like 4 days left in DC, so I wanted to take advantage of this afternoon, and we'll try and catch the sunset again, but wanted some more time so we can walk the National Mall. We're gonna walk to the Tidal Basin from the National Mall, which is not a huge walk or anything, but just requires some time. Come on. And it's absolutely exquisite out. It's like 73 degrees. I'm way overdressed, but I also know I'm probably gonna be out here after the sun starts to go down, so it'll cool off a little bit. We'll take you along our walk, but it's starting here at the National Mall. I parked on the National Mall across from the Smithsonian Castle, which is right there. So right back there. It's gonna be a long one, but it's gonna be really good. actually really heating up and I didn't bring Ember any water. And so we decided to take a little break here under the shade of a cherry blossom tree with the Washington Monument behind us. Just taking a breath before we continue on to the Tidal Basin to look at the other cherry blossoms. I'm aware that the lighting and the wind is not ideal here. So we walked from the National Mall towards the Washington Monument, and then when you're looking at the Washington Monument, we took a right to the White House, and then we decided to go from the White House back towards the Washington Monument towards the Jefferson Monument, which you can see from the White House. Then it was getting kind of hot, so we stopped under those cherry blossoms behind me to just take a rest, post on Instagram. So yeah, we're walking from the White House, which is in that direction, towards the Jefferson Memorial, which is in that direction, and we're just passing the World War II Memorial behind me, which has the Lincoln Memorial beyond it, and we will walk from the Tidal Basin to the Lincoln Memorial back there. Okay, so we were gonna go to the Tidal Basin, but literally to cross the street you have to stand in a crowd of 50 plus people, and so we're just not really feeling that right now. So instead we're just gonna walk straight to the World War II Memorial and the Lincoln Memorial and just enjoy that for today. We walked to what I think is one of my favorite, I'll say it's a hidden gem, but it's not. It's, people know about it, but it's not like a touristy, iconic-y place that people go to, but it's to Constitution Gardens, and Constitution Gardens has this beautiful pond in the middle. It's absolutely stunning. It's one of my favorite suggestions for things for people to do and go to because it's so pleasant. It feels like an English park, honestly. It feels like Hyde Park with this serpentine running through it. We made it to the Lincoln Memorial. I can only go on the concrete steps, not the marble steps, because I have Ember. I didn't really think that through. I was gonna like sit on the marble steps and have an Olivia Pope moment, and but I have a dog, so that's not really gonna work. But I FaceTimed Tom and just have been watching the sunset on the reflecting pond in front of me, looking at the Washington Monument, the Capitol building, the Smithsonian Castle. It's been really, really beautiful and really, really great. My parents are actually coming here tomorrow to help me move, but I'm not sure what we're going to do when we're together. And so I've just wanted to do this walk today to kind of say goodbye, just in case. I only have a few days left. A lot of days are gonna be rainy. I don't really know what we're gonna do. So this is kind of my goodbye to the monuments. But I could feel my blood sugar dropping, and so I stopped at that teal ice cream truck behind me and I ordered an ice cream sandwich, cookie sandwich. And I was like, why is it taking forever? Just reach to the freezer and grab it for me. And then I realized he's making it with fresh cookies. He made this ice cream sandwich. I'm so pumped. This is exactly what I needed and a perfect way to end this amazing sunset. Ember is unwell. She's sitting on me. She just follows me around all the time now because her house is in shambles. And she's sitting on me to make sure she doesn't lose me. It's just a very different vibe in here than usual. I don't even know what that is. These boxes over here are fragile stuff, so they're like towards the farthest away from the door, so they'll be the last things to load. It's like kitchen stuff. My like record player is in there. More boxes over there. My bedroom has never thrived so much. My dresser is gone. Someone just took it today. These are the boxes that I'll need while I'm waiting for my house to be finished. No idea when that's gonna be, so we have lots of clothes and stuff in here because who knows when I'm going to move into my house. Closet's pretty much empty. Ember is not doing well. She's stressed. We both like a nice, aesthetically pleasing home, and she's convinced I'm gonna leave her. So my parents are here. We're packing up my apartment over the next few days. I mean, everything's packed. We're just getting into a van. And today marks the beginning of my 2-day marathon across my favorite DC restaurants. Today we're going to brunch at Unconventional Diner. It's my favorite brunch place in DC. And then we are going to Le Diplomat tonight for dinner. And then tomorrow we're going to Founding Farmers for lunch, which is my other favorite restaurant. And then we're going to dinner at Chloe's. So these next 4 meals are going to be amazing, and they're all my favorite restaurants in DC. So I hope that kind of also helps you give ideas of places to eat and enjoy in the city as well. In the midst of packing, I got these color samples in from our artisans that I'm developing some clothing with, and look at how dreamy that silky fabric is, and those colors are to die for. Bye, Iris. Have a safe journey. We love you. Wow, end of an era.
Because you don't know who you're gonna meet.
Good morning. It is Friday. Yeah, it's Friday morning, and this place is basically empty. I know it doesn't look like it, but wow. Basically empty. Last night was so fun. Of course, dinner was amazing at Le Diplomat. It was such a special dinner and time to have with my family. And then afterwards, my friend Rachel took me out to the Old Ebbitt, which is another very classic DC place. It's across the street from the White House and just very timeless. It has kind of like rich man club vibes, which doesn't sound very appealing in today's cultural climate, but it's for the DC vibes, you know what I mean? But it was really, really fun. We got some spiked hot chocolate and some desserts, and it was really great to spend some time with my friend Rachel before I left. Now I'm about to get ready. We're going to continue my marathon of favorite DC restaurants, and my parents and I are going to go to Founding Farmers, which is my original favorite DC restaurant. It was my favorite like when I first moved here, and it's like kind of touristy. People in DC kind of make fun of me for how much I love it, because it is like the place that people go. It's like the first suggestion people give when tourists are in town, and they're like, where should we go to eat? Like, I remember the first time I was in DC thinking about moving here, I asked the Uber where I should eat, and like he said Founding Farmers. But it is that good. It's like a fresh farm to table restaurant. I am obsessed with their goat cheeseburger. I'm definitely getting that today. And it's just kind of like an ode to my early seasons of being here, because I've loved it since 2017. So empty. We've got a few kitchen stuff that I'm gonna use tomorrow, and then some things I have to put in my car, but we have a van downstairs that is full of like the furniture that I'm bringing and everything like that. Still sleeping on my bed, and then I have like some clothes and stuff for the next few days. Last night in my apartment. Honestly, I didn't live in this apartment for that long. I just signed a 9-month lease, and for a lot of that I was with family or in London, so I kind of always called this like, it felt like a hotel room with all of my furniture in it. So it's not so much that I'm sad about leaving this apartment in particular, even though it was so good to me. It was so good to me, and I'm so thankful that I had it. The sadness is more so that this is my last night having an apartment in DC, like being a DC resident, having a home in DC. This is the very last night, and that is what I'm more emotional about, because I absolutely love the city, and I don't really know how I'm feeling yet. Like, it's still like I have all day tomorrow. My girlfriends and I are doing something special for my last night tomorrow, so I'm still kind of processing. The thing is like throughout this whole experience, I have been super self-aware. Like when I realized I was probably moving now, that was in like October or so where it became really official. And so I started really mentally and emotionally preparing myself for this move. So I've remained really self-aware this whole time. So I feel like there's not a lot of surprises. I think I already know what I'm gonna miss. All of my Instagram captions have been like little journal entries this past week, and everyone's been really supportive and interacting with them. And so I don't know, I don't really have anything meaningful to say on this last night. I'm just in my bed editing some photos from the cherry blossoms today and enjoying that, trying to make sure Ember's comfortable because she's a little freaked out that her living room is gone. And I pulled my TV over into like face my bedroom so I could watch Outlander from bed. Good morning. Wow. That view actually makes me really emotional. Every once in a while I get like, my heart starts racing and I'm like a little stressed about leaving, but that's cool. Never gonna see this view in the morning again. How many times have I looked out here? It's so empty. Had to just have one last look at how empty it is. It's all gone. I know it's gonna be good. I know this is right, and I know I'm gonna find a new home and absolutely love that. My dad started driving that van. There's a car coming behind me. Police car, cool. Like I said, my dad started driving that van to Florida already today, this morning, and then my mom and Ember and I are staying in a hotel at the wharf, which is really fun and special because I've never stayed at the wharf because it's only 10 minutes walk away from where I live here. Now that I don't live here anymore, I can show you that this is my apartment building. I highly recommend. It's in Southwest waterfront area. That's my CVS. The grocery store is over there. It's really, really beautiful. I can show you a little bit more when I turn in my keys tomorrow. But I was told to dress for cold weather and that we were gonna have dinner at 8.
Never up, never down, never. Like a theme in a song, clever. Feeling high, feeling low at the same time. Feels so right, then I'm wrong.
The wall is down. And it's beautiful. We're so happy to be close to the Capitol building again.
I always do. Never thought I wouldn't jump. Oh, what a fool. But if I fall, I would get up again.
Walking back to my hotel after my girls' night. I'm on like cobblestones and heels, so this is gonna be a little shaky, but it was so fun. My friend Rachel planned a picnic on the National Mall. We got to sit so close to the Capitol building because they finally took down the gates that were around the Capitol, like really far away from the Capitol for security reasons. They just took those down, so we got to sit so close. It was really, really nice. And then we went to Dolcezza in the city center for a little coffee. And then after that went to Doi Moi, which is an amazing Vietnamese restaurant. That is where we always had girls' nights and get-togethers. I've never eaten there with a boy before. It was so incredibly special. Then we went to Jenny's for ice cream afterwards because it was just down the street from Doi Moi. And then, yeah, it was like a ton of sad goodbyes. I'm gonna go up to my hotel now. I'm so tired. I need to rest because we're gonna drive away from DC tomorrow. So I need to go find my mom and Ember in the hotel and get some sleep. It is 5 a.m. Ember Ember woke me up at, so I got home from my girls' night at like midnight. Ember woke me up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and then finally now at 5 a.m. because she had to go outside. And we're just gonna start the journey out of DC. Basically, probably realistically, we'll get on the road at 5:30 because it's like exactly 5 right now. She's avoiding me because she knows I'm upset about it. I have never seen the wharf like this. It is obviously empty. Still dark as it was at midnight, but it's kind of cool to see, you know. It's like it's sad because I'm leaving. I just went to go check my mail one more time before I dropped off my keys, and all I had in my mailbox was my Vogue subscription. I'm about to go drop off my keys right now, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm pretty sad about it. I'm gonna miss this building so much. It's been home for like almost 3 years. And into the car we go. Hi, Ambi. No, stay. All I had in my mailbox was Vogue. It only felt appropriate to end my last DC vlog with a trip to my new house. I have a whole vlog about my house and why I moved and where I moved and all of that. I just feel like the last DC vlog was the ending of a chapter and this beautiful house is the beginning of a new one, but I wanted to come here right away and look at the house and soak it up and remind myself, even though it's sad to leave DC, of the beautiful, beautiful new season that's ahead. Thank you so much to everyone who's been watching the weekly DC vlogs. Let me know if you want me to continue making vlogs. I'm sure there's a lot of day-to-day, especially behind the scenes with Trades of Hope. Home decorating, I'm probably gonna have to do like a home decor vlog at one point. I feel like that is going to be requested. Let me know. I can definitely keep up my presence here on YouTube. Just let me know if that's something you're interested in. Thank you so much for your love, for your support. Every subscription, every comment, every thumbs up means the world to me. Thank you. While I'm in debate about how I'm gonna continue my YouTube life, follow me on Instagram. I reply to every single DM. I would love to answer any questions that you have about absolutely anything at all. I would love to just connect with you. Hit me up. I'll put the link down in the description below, and I can't wait to meet you.